Captain Zackattack and the Zodiac Pirates. Swashbuckling tales from the underworld. These stories are written and created by Andrea Calabrese, an American graphic novelist. The Hollywood, Florida traffic circles from the sky make Hollywood Boulevard look like an alien landing strip or some ancient Mayan pyramid complex, running from the beach, then inland, to a secret Garden of Eden. Over the intercoastal, a yellow van recklessly speeding and swerving as the twilight morning is just about to emerge. The headlights, like luminous pillars, frame the chrome grille donning the words Mystery Machine in all capital letters, a Scooby-Doo reference. The 1983 Ford Econoline custom van is a punk rock band's traveling time-tested machine. It's so well put together, it floats in water. And this morning, it's about to be put to the test. Returning home from an evening of chaos and debauchery, Chip's fists strangle the steering wheel, jerking the van side to side as Pete shotguns with a co-captain indifference. Andy whimpers. "I'm gonna puke, man." Chip condescends. "You alright, buddy?" Getting Andy to puke is one of Chip's favorite pastimes. Andy pukes all over Tracy's legs and the backs of the driver and passenger seats. Chip, Pete, and Tracy laugh as they were in on it all along. Pete looks back over his shoulder and questions Tracy. "How long before the mushrooms kick in, man?" Tracy scratches his head and looks at Pete like a dog that just saw a card trick and says, "The sky's gone out." "The sky?" Then he presses his face against the window to reveal Doug burning Steve's nipple with a Bic lighter. "I think Steve is dead," Doug exclaims. "What the fuck?" Chip blurts out. "What was Steve doing back there at the Bat Club?" Doug snarkily replies, "Maybe it's that crappy heroin we were doing with Bob." Everyone in the van is being thrown around by Chip's one-eyed, reckless, serpentining race car antics, while Chip pontificates. "You know, if we didn't spend our gig money on coke, smack, ecstasy, molly, and pot, we could purchase a healthy and respectable vice like beer, which now I'm out of." He crushes the can and throws it at Doug. The empty crushed beer can hits Doug in the face. Clank. Ouch. Doug clutches his face and blurts, "You fucking dick." The van starts to jolt back and forth as if Chip were pumping the brakes. Bob grunts at Chip. "Why you being such a fucking asshole, man? You're gonna get us all killed with that fucking drunk-ass stunt driving shit." Chip's face grows long and cold. His hands fly up as if he were being robbed. Chip's boots are nowhere near the pedals. Chip stutters, "I'm not doing anything, Bob." The van is chaotically weaving through the sparse traffic of panicking drivers. Pete screams, "We're gonna fucking die!" Passing over the intercoastal bridge, Chip stomps the brake pedal to the floor, with no result. Tracy lunges his arms over Chip's shoulders and grabs the steering wheel, only to be flung back into Andy, causing Andy to throw up again. The van, now driving itself, flings to the left onto the oncoming traffic, then hard to the right, rocketing into the guardrails, blasting through the metal and into the air. The clanging and banging of industrial metal bridge parts careening like a My Generation Keith Moon drum crumbling finale, is engulfed by the horrific sonic youth wall of sound, screams of the passengers in the van. Ah! The whole van now humming and squalling like a Stratocaster and Marshall amplifier, bomb-dropping, drill-picking, frenzied Hendrix national anthem Vietnam moment. The van breaks its arc and is diving into the turbulent, murky intercoastal water. Pete enlightens the crew. We are so fucked. Boom! Splash! The van struggles against the water, friction like gravity against the Apollo rocket at liftoff, submarining its way deeper into the darker water. A kaleidoscope of psychedelic jellyfish create a vortex of plasmic, mesmerizing patterns. Andy looks around the dry van interior. Feeling relieved, he says, "It really is built to be waterproof." Suddenly, warm, cozy water streaming from a shower head that popped out of the van's ceiling. A voice repeats, "Zach, wake up. Zach, wake up." Tracy breaks his silence. "I think it's safe to say that the mushrooms have definitely kicked in." Pete, staring at the kaleidoscope of jellyfish patterns outside the window, utters, "Yeah. Whoa." Chip explains, "Yes, Watson, that would be a good deduction. However, we all did not ingest said psilocybin. Yet, we are all experiencing the same events. Not to mention, the van is driving itself and showering us. This is not a van at all." Bob has an epiphany. "The van seems to have a life of its own, man." Andy chimes in, "Well, it is the Mystery Machine." Doug blurts, "Where do you think it's taken us? To some electric ladyland?" Chip looks annoyed and is running his hands frustratedly over the van's dashboard. He gripes, "How do you turn off the fucking shower in this fucking thing?" The water stops and the shower head pops back into the ceiling. Everyone freezes and stares at Chip. Bob proclaims, "Well, I guess that makes you the captain, Chip." The van's dreamy quadraphonic speakers chime harmoniously, encircling the two live crew, with a woman's voice swimming in a cathedral-like reverberation. "Zach, wake up. Zach, wake up." Chip questions, "Who the fuck is Zach?" Andy, snapping out of his nausea, cleaning the vomit off his face, says, "I think it's me. Her voice sounds familiar." Annoyed with all this madness, Chip snaps back at Andy. "Fine. You're fucking Zach from now on. This is all turning into a bad carnival ride." The jellyfish vortex dissipates and the Mystery Machine and its Argonaut crew find themselves rolling down a desolate road. Billboard signs saying, "Stop in and relax at the Manson Family Mermaid Ranch." Bob raises his eyebrows and says, "We've made worse decisions." Chip says, "Fuck it. Fill my ears with wax and tie me to the mast." His eyes popping out of his head, staring at the topless teenage girls on the side of the road waving at him. Another billboard passes by. Last stop before Pirates World. This is the end of Who's Driving the Van of the Mystery Machine. a no future story.